Thanks for joining us for the KNX Startups Incubator. We're here with the first incubator showcase, and it's my pleasure to introduce Bram Rolans, who is the CEO of Alorado. Alorado is a next generation LoRa gateway. Bram, welcome to KNX Dialogues.
Thank you for the introduction, Bob. It's a pleasure to be here and it's a pleasure to be a part of the KNX IoT Incubator. Yes, it's a great honor.
And you can tell us a little bit about Alorado, and then I'm going to ask a couple questions. But why don't you tell us, about the company itself?
So we're a Belgian startup. We're protocol experts, basically. We connect protocols to each other to create new possibilities. And one of those connections we do is LoRa to KNX, which is our latest and greatest, which I want to maybe talk about a bit here today, because it's interesting for the KNX community.
Okay, but if I already have KNX, why is LoRa useful to the KNX community?
Well, that's a good question. We see it not as a replacement in any way of KNX, but more as a complement. KNX already has a lot of use cases today, makes a lot of things possible, but using LoRa just creates so much more possibilities suddenly. I have a few sensors here with me I would like to illustrate that with. For example, I have here a smart thermostatic valve. You just put it on a radiator and then that's it. That you're done. You can integrate it with your KNX installation and wirelessly start controlling the temperature in the room, which is, if you build a new building, just do it with KNX, right? But if you have an existing building which you want to make smarter after 20 years, then these kind of wireless solutions, they're really nice to have. And you can anticipate on the energy crisis, on the COVID-19 crisis by deploying energy efficient solutions or CO2 sensors for health reasons. So it's more of a complement. Yes, that's why you need LoRa in a KNX ecosystem.
Okay, well, that makes sense. But LoRa must have its own challenges, right? I mean, can you tell us about the challenges of LoRa?
Yes, that's true. It's not always as easy to use as KNX, or it didn't used to be before Alvarado. Why? Because KNX has a very strong application layer, so it's very well defined which data comes out of what, with the data point types, of course. In LoRa, that's not the case. So every manufacturer has their own bits and bytes, and they define them how they want. So it's the Wild West, in essence, yes. So what we did is we say, okay, we create a library of about more than 300 devices already. Devices we know, we interpreted the datasheet from, and we translate that to KNX data. So people can just take this sensor and connect it to their KNX installation without manually having to fiddle with bits and bytes and be busy for days and days. So what we pride ourselves on is the fact that even my grandmother can deploy a LoRa network, which illustrates how easy we make it. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty impressive. And in your journey with KNX, what is the next step for Alorado with KNX?
So what we currently do, so we already integrate LoRa with KNX, but it's via a web interface. So it's not natively inside the ecosystem. A KNX integrator is used to ETS. And these IoT devices, there didn't used to be a place for them in ETS, but now there is with the KNX IoT specs that were recently launched. So why are we a member of the incubator? We want to build upon the KNX IoT Point API and integrate all of these LoRa devices into the KNX IoT ecosystem, which will create an avalanche basically of more than 300 devices into the ecosystem at once. So we're kind of excited to get LoRa into ETS thanks to the KNX IoT specs.
Well, Bram, thank you very much. It sounds like an opportunity for all of us. Thank you for bringing us LoRa. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me. It was a pleasure to quickly introduce what we do. And if I sparked any curiosity on LoRa with KNX, yeah, I'm happy to hear about it from people.
All right, great. Thank you very much.